I've made wrong decisions in every aspect of my life, relationships, schooling. Like, I've done so many wrong things, but sometimes those like misaligned decisions are actually still aligned. I mean, we love this concept that everything is a blessing or it's a blessing in disguise.
Welcome back to Her Career, Her Way. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode. Today, we're going to talk all about kind of black and white thinking and navigating through your fears. And I have the lovely Gracie Rotman with me here today. And I'm so excited to get into this.
Thank you for having me.
And so our mission at Her Career, Her Way is all about empowering ambitious women and helping them navigate and give them tools and strategies to build the career in their 20s, which can be very chaotic. So a little introduction with Gracie. I know I've had her on before in our first episode, which I really love. So I thought I'd have her back again, and she'll definitely come back, probably a lot more. So can't get rid of her. But a little background on her is that she got her marketing degree from University of Florida. We met at our internship at Coach. Now she's studying in Milan, and she also has her own business. So very accomplished.
Yeah. Thank you. Wow.
I kind of wanted to ask you, what were your specific fears studying in Milan? Because I know that was kind of a hard decision, and kind of how did you navigate through that fear?
So it's quite funny you say it like that, because it wasn't really a difficult decision to study in Milan. The way it worked for me was at the beginning of the year, I sat down and I gave myself the permission and the space to just dream about what I would love to do this year. And studying abroad in Milan is one that came to me very easily. I love Italy. I've studied in Rome before. And so that part was the easy part. For some people, it might not be so easy to dream and give themselves that permission, but for me, that was the easy part. So then I took the actions that I needed to take in order to secure a spot in the position. Definitely went over the top because I wanted to ensure that I got it, and I got it. And so up until that point, it was still something looming in this big woo-woo world, and not yet here on the 3D reality I'm in. So once I got my acceptance into the program, it kind of became this, oh wow, okay, this is more real. Yeah. I have to get my visa. I have to find housing. I mean, that's what made it more difficult for me, was in that stage of like, okay, wow, okay, I've taken steps and it's starting to come true, but I still have a ways to go till it's for sure true, it's happening, and it's my present reality. And that was where I really struggled with the decision making.
So were those decisions kind of feeling like kind of overwhelming, and that there's a lot to do and you just didn't know how to take the steps to do it? Or was it kind of deterring you from your dream in a way?
Yeah. For a while after I got the acceptance, I was still up there in woo-woo land where it was like not real.
Yeah.
And then
you're
when
on the high still.
Yeah, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm doing it. And then you don't realize like you still have a ways to go. And then so this summer, when I got to New York, I had my internship. That's when I had to sit down and be like, okay, I need a visa appointment. I need to find housing. And I sat down to do them. They did feel like big tasks. But I found obstacles in those tasks. Like when I sat down to make my visa appointment, the first one available, mind you, this was in May of 2025. The first one available was August 22nd, which is the day I needed to get to Milan to be here in time for my program. And so I booked it, but you know, that is scary. Yeah. Like, well, because on the outside, it's this, is this going to work out? Like, why is this not working out? Is it not meant to work out? Like, it just brings this whole plethora of fears that you didn't even have before.
Were you kind of thinking of like all the worst outcomes possible, or all the things that could go wrong? Or was it because you were literally having to move in that day and you wouldn't even get your visa in time?
Yeah, it just seemed impossible, honestly. Like there's no earlier appointments. And then when you're a very like passionate person about a lot of things and you're also working a job, time is a luxury that you need to like be very intentional with. And so little things like little tasks of figuring things out, it's a hard journey. Like
Yeah.
at that point now I have to call the school. I have to see if they'll get me. I have to call the consulate. They're only open during work hours. It's like there are so many things I have to do to try and figure this out. It just got to a point where I was like, is this worth it? And then is this even what I want? It started making me question the whole thing because like you said, I own a business, but at this point it wasn't, it was also still in woo-woo land.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm juggling with so many priorities of do I want to do this? Will this support this? And
Mm-hmm.
and it just caused me to overthink massively about what I should do.
You're thinking about the opportunity cost of, well, if I'm applying for this visa and I'm applying for housing and I'm calling for all these people, that's taking away from the time
Yeah.
that I want to spend looking at all my passions and
Yes.
following my dreams and everything. And I think
Yes.
we sometimes forget that those like little things that we think of like opportunity costs and things that
Hmm.
will derail us might actually help us move forward onto the path of even further creating our passions and our
Hmm.
creativity and things like that.
I absolutely love that concept because it's like, yes, looking at your passions now is so fun and it's all you want to do when you are passionate. But like you said, those little things, I mean, what are they going to do for you in the future? And I think so many of us struggle to be thinking about right now versus like, how can I make life easier or better in the future?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and also dreams are amazing, as you know. And like this is the platform where we always advocate to pursue your dreams and
Yes.
do what you want and what you want, not what others want. And I think sometimes it's easy. I mean, we constantly look at businesses that have succeeded and be like, "Oh my gosh, they've done it. They did it. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is the dream." But I think they forget that there was so many multiple failures that went into it before this thing grew into what it is today. And so we hype up our dreams and we're like, nothing can go wrong. And we're delusional and we're like, I am the best. Everything is great. And then we forget that there are still moments of fear and doubt. And what would your advice be about when you have that fear? Is it better to kind of sit in it? Like, what do you do? Because I know a lot of people, like myself in general, I mean, sometimes it's easier to suppress fear and things like that and like
Yes.
ignore it so then you can just go off and be on your happy land and things like
Yeah.
that. But I guess, like, how important do you think it is to kind of sit in that fear and actually let it come?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the first and most important thing is to look at where the fear is coming from. Like is the fear coming because you are chasing something that you dream about and that's uncomfortable for you because obviously it's way out of your comfort zone? Or are you scared because you're doing something extremely dangerous and there's a high risk it's
Yeah.
like where is that fear coming from? Is it fear that should stop you? And I think a big part about dealing with fear in the first place and all negative emotions is, like you said, just sitting with it. For me, I've gotten to a place, I've been on a journey of trying to become more emotionally intelligent, understand what my feelings are saying to me, how to deal with them, how to process them in a healthy way. When I have fear, I actually physically feel it. And I think it's the same for all emotions. They show up in your body. So for me, it's a knot in my heart. And the second I feel it, I know, okay, that's fear, that's anxiety, and
Mhm.
it's asking to be sat with. Because one fear or one feeling can create thousands and thousands of thoughts. If you're just trying to manage the thoughts, surrounding a feeling, it will be never ending. You will never get to where you want to go. Whereas if you sit and just acknowledge it and say, I love you with or without this fear is temporary, just literally observe it and know
Mhm.
that you are not the fear itself because something observing something cannot be what it's observing. So I feel like a
Mhm.
lot of us actually identify with our emotions. Like, I am scared. I am no, you're feeling scared. And that
Mhm.
just even that separation between you and the feeling gives you maybe a little more courage to observe it, to sit with it. It's extremely uncomfortable, but it's very short lived. And when you're able to bring that curiosity instead of this, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way, or this is wrong, this is bad. When you come with this curiosity and this openness to exploring, well, why do I feel this fear? Like, what is this? Like, yeah, it's a better way to dissolve the fear itself and, move back towards living in alignment and love.
And that kind of fear we feel is so innate in humans. I mean, I think we're so scared of just the uncertainty and choosing things that maybe aren't the safer option for us or the
Mm,
known option. I think sometimes we focus more on what we're going to lose instead of what we're going to gain. And that can really instill those negative emotions in us.
yeah.
And kind of, as you said, the importance of separating that. And once you
Hmm.
separate it, I think you kind of understand that, or you can kind of come back to what your intentions are and what your desires are.
Yeah. No, I love the point about you can only think about what you're going to lose rather than what you're going to gain because it's true. When that fear comes up, you're immediately thinking about all that could go wrong. And,
Mhm.
in my case, I was thinking like, I'm going to lose my time. I'm going to feel pressure. But you never think about, oh, well, I might meet the exact people I need to meet to help make my dream become a reality and my business a reality.
Mhm.
Or I might have the exact moment of inspiration for this grand idea. Like, you can never think about that because you don't
Mhm.
know it, and you can only cling to what you know or what feels so imminent.
How did you kind of reconnect to your desires and wants to align with like how you are going to Milan now?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I first just let myself run the thinking course.
Yeah.
Like, yes, thinking is not the best way out of fear, but I don't think I was thinking from fear. It was more like, genuinely, is this what I want? Let
Yeah.
me weigh all of my options. Well, I could go back to school in my hometown. I could go back home. I could quit school. I could start working now, or I could go. And I just started playing around with all that exists and just running through each course until I reached the same conclusion that I started with that, oh, wait, this is a dream. This
Mhm.
would be an amazing opportunity and one that wouldn't actually take away from my time. And I
Mhm.
think that is a good point of like being able to think more rationally
Yeah.
because fear was making me think if I do this, I'm going to lose my time. Is that true? Like
Right.
when you sit and be like, wait, is that even true? You'll find out most of the times it's not or you can't yet confirm it because
Mhm.
I have so much time here. I'm taking two classes like Tuesday and Thursday, 3 hours each, and that's it. And like every other day I can work all day if I want to,
Mhm.
although you should not work all day. But it just wasn't true.
Yeah.
So I ran the course of
Mhm.
weighing my options and realizing that this is what I wanted in the beginning.
Mhm.
This is still the best option for me because also it is okay to change. If something really does feel like it's going to be better and you're not moving from fear alone, like it's okay to change. And we love this concept of there is no right or wrong decision. If I had not come here, it would have been fine. Like, would I have had all these amazing experiences? Would I be sitting here right now with Hazel Ann? No. So I'm very glad I am here. But if I hadn't, I would still be living. I'd still be
Yeah.
breathing. I'd still be working on my businesses. And I think from a young age, we're taught to think about things as right and wrong and good and bad. And it's so detrimental
Mhm.
because that's what gets us stuck in the decision making in the first place is we think that there's a right choice and a wrong choice
Mhm.
and we don't think we know it and you won't know it, you won't know the right choice,
Mhm.
but maybe there is none and maybe
Yeah.
whatever you choose is going to even itself out. If you choose the wrong thing, it will self-correct, and if you
Mhm.
choose the right thing, you'll feel it and you'll keep moving. And so we let this fear paralyze us and we don't realize that no matter what we end up choosing,
Mhm.
no matter if it's right or wrong, which again, don't love that language at all, it's it's actually just is what it is
Yeah,
and
and
it
everything
will
will be
get
okay.
there. It
Yeah.
will be okay.
And that right and wrong choice is that black and white thinking that keeps
Yes.
us stuck. Yes, it's easier to put things into two categories and then just like split those things and simplify it, but life is so complicated. There are multiple timelines. Like there is no one
Mm,
timeline for us, and we get to choose the one that we want. And if it doesn't work out, the more important part is how you adapt from there and
Yeah.
grow. And it's okay to pivot, like you said.
Yes.
And everything will be all right. Like everything is meant to happen for a reason. And those little things that you think are wrong or regrets and things like that, they're actually just the little learning tools to help
Mm.
you get to where you're going and help realign you to what you want.
Yeah. No,
So,
I really love that because I think back on my life, and I mean, I'm
yeah,
still very young, but the amount of wrong decisions I've made,
it's crazy.
it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. I've made wrong decisions in every aspect of my life, relationships, schooling, like my major. I took a job with a venture capital firm once. Like, I've done so many wrong things, but sometimes those like misaligned decisions are actually still aligned. I mean, we
Hmm.
love this concept that everything is a blessing or it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
For example, for the first 2 years of college, I was an accounting major. And then when I switched over to marketing and I wanted to go into fashion marketing, I just thought, oh my gosh, I was an accounting major. This is bad. This is a drawback, a disadvantage to me as a candidate. And it took a bit to realize, wait, no, this is something that makes me unique. Like,
Hmm.
this gave me a whole skill set that not a lot of marketing majors can say they have. I've dealt with numbers, I've dealt with analytical thinking. Like, I've acquired a whole skill set that you wouldn't normally get on just a marketing pathway that everyone
Hmm.
else is taking. And so, yes, like for a while I thought, oh my gosh, this is a terrible thing. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise because it's one of the very things that set me apart and
Hmm.
allowed me to get my internship at Coach this summer. And so I can think of so many other things and so many other aspects that led me exactly where I'm meant to be. I had to go through all my relationship failures to learn how to
Hmm.
love myself. I had to do that to learn what I wanted. And so it seems like the world is ending when
Hmm.
you're in it, but really it's guiding you and you're learning. And like you said, this black and white thinking, it keeps you stuck. Like,
Hmm.
and that's the worst thing you can do is be stuck. It's better to make the wrong decision and keep moving because, like
Hmm.
I said, it will self-correct than it is to just stay paralyzed. I think that's, yeah, one of the biggest takeaways, honestly, is like move, like take action and like
Yeah.
it's okay to fail. It's actually like sometimes I'm actually excited by the possibility of failing because guess what? It's going to be a great story, a great lesson, and it's probably going to be something I can help others with in the
Yeah.
future. Everything my business is now is me helping others where I failed once, eventually overcame and succeeded.
And you wouldn't
Yeah.
have done that and had that knowledge if you hadn't had those
No.
failures. Like your business, I think, actually grew from your failures,
Yes.
which is insane.
Because I can now relate to everyone. Because,
Hmm.
like you said, this is a universal experience.
Yeah.
We all experience fear, uncertainty, doubt, and like paralyzing
Yeah.
fear. Like, we've all gone through that and we all make mistakes. And so now I can actually connect with such a wide audience of people
Hmm.
about those fears and about how they keep us stuck.
So I guess kind of the top things on navigating fear is kind of to sit in it and
Yes.
to just feel all those emotions and kind of detach it from your identity, like
Yes.
saying, not I am anxious, I'm feeling anxious.
Yes.
And kind of just having that little disconnect helps you to kind of reconnect to who you are as a person
Yes.
and what you want. And then it's kind of the logical part on like,
Yeah.
okay, well, is this actually aligning with what I want? Weighing the
Yes.
options. Okay, well, this actually isn't going to take out too much time. Maybe working a 9 to 5 was actually more time
Yeah.
consuming because then I only have, well, I can't do the maths right now, a limited time to do it. Whereas
Yes.
in Milan, you have 2 days of classes, then you get to work as much as you want. You can travel, which fuels creativity, which I
Absolutely.
definitely want to talk more about. And then third is kind of once you kind of have that logical brain and you kind of planned it out a little bit in terms of this is what I want, then kind of realizing and taking inspired action to do
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. And on top of all that, but aligned with it is like, stop thinking. Like, if you get to this point where you truly are feeling so paralyzed, let it go for a
Yeah.
little bit. remember, yes, detach in the sense like you are a human being. This is not the end of the world. Go outside and touch grass and watch a sunset and just allow yourself to I mean you said it perfectly. Like reconnect with yourself and your thoughts, get rid of them. Yes, you can take a logical weight approach and that is recommended too, but at the core, like stop trying to think your way out of it. Just go outside, completely let go of it. Know that it's going to work out, surrender it, enjoy something that you love. And I promise it will come to you. The answer will come to you, but only when you are able to acknowledge and surrender those feelings.
And kind of let go of the things that you can't control. Because
Yes.
I think all these excuses and all these little like fears that we have are just kind of little ways to stop us
Yes.
from actually doing what we want. Because maybe sometimes you're scared that if you actually do what you won't be as happy, or something won't meet your expectations or whatever, but really they're just trying to hinder you from stopping to grow and go into the
Yes.
unknown, which is
Yes.
scary. It's so
Yes.
scary to go into the unknown, but it's also so fulfilling too as well, because you're growing into your own person and you're doing what you want. And honestly, that most people don't do that. They
Yep.
don't do what they want.
Yep.
And then they're miserable, but
Yep.
they still can't take that action because of all this fear.
Yes.
And so it's just do it. Like just
Yes.
do it. Let it go. The
Let it
art
go.
of surrendering and letting it go, and then
Yes. No,
magic happens.
completely agree. Like we are wired to stay in what's comfortable and what is safe. And having a very big dream does not feel safe at first. It's something that you really have to continuously try and feel in your body and make it safe and breathe and imagine and dream. But at first, it's never going to feel safe. So,
And we're
yeah.
also kind of rewarded for the safer options.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people go to university? That's the right path.
Yes.
And then they're rewarded for that. Oh, look at you. You're going to university and you're doing this.
You're doing everything
whatever
right.
You're doing everything right.
Emphasis on the word right.
Yeah, because people have seen how that leads, and that normally success follows that. But success isn't guaranteed from the right option.
Also, success is very subjective.
So subjective. So
I love what you're saying because it's true. Like from a young age, we're taught what we should do, what we should follow. But the reality is every single one of us is born with different desires and different dreams. And we're not all born to follow the same cookie cutter path of and absolutely no judgment if that path is what you want to do, because that's your desire and there's no judgment there either. But we're not all born to take that or follow that. And by letting society and our parents and all of the external dictate our internal, of course we're going to feel fear. We have this fear that if we do something wrong, we're not going to be accepted, we're not going to belong, we're not worthy. And yeah, I mean, this all roads always lead back to this concept of start on the inside. Know that you are worthy of experiencing any desire that was placed in you, because they were genuinely placed in us and they're all different for a reason. Know that you're worthy and know that you are whole, and you don't have to compete for anyone else's attention or approval, because you can give that to yourself. Everything you have and everything you need is right inside of you. So give yourself permission, accept yourself, allow yourself to dream. And if you don't live according to that and you slip back into old conditioning, give yourself grace, forgive yourself. This is hard. Like, life is hard.
It's so hard.
Unlearning beliefs that have been literally injected into our blank computer programmable brains when we were babies. It's hard. It's something I've been working on for years and years and still struggle with on a daily basis. So give yourself grace and accept yourself for everything that you are. And that's when you'll start seeing fears evaporating and alignment taking place. It all starts with accepting yourself, allowing yourself to dream and following that, even when it's scary.
Yeah. I think that's a great place to end on. I mean, I think I love that. And I hope you guys can resonate with that as well. And I would invite you guys to kind of think about one thing that you're kind of fearful of and that you haven't done because of that fear. And what's kind of one thing that you can do for yourself to like take a small step into that fear and acknowledge it and, whatever you're wanting to do. I know maybe a lot of you guys are applying for majors and universities and things like that. And there's so many options and it's probably overwhelming. And I'm sure you're having a lot of college counselors and friends telling you what to do, but maybe just kind of stop and thinking about what you want, what you actually want to do. Also, you can always change your major. And even if
And
you
your
get your
school.
major, it doesn't mean you have to follow it.
Your major, your school, there is no wrong or right
There is no
decision. And
wrong.
I think that is the takeaway
That
because
is the
when you let go of that, you won't feel fear. There's nothing you can do wrong. It will self-correct.
Yeah, you just have to trust yourself that everything will work out and the universe has your back. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Definitely comment below if you resonated with something or if you have any more questions about fear or you need more examples or if you want to share your experience. I'm always open to listening and hearing. I think it really informs how I live my life as well. And yeah, thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having
I loved
me.
this. We're definitely having you on again.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I'll see
Amazing.
you in the next episode. Bye.
It's getting really close to you. I'm sorry. It's like about to come on you. Wait, are you gonna
I don't care as much.
just touch it with your foot?
Wait, is it still on?
I'm sorry. It was getting closer.
It's okay. Don't worry about no fear with these little guys.